All right, we're back. Graveyard Shift Movie Podcast, episode number 60, boys. The big 60. This week, it was Maverick's pick, but he was dead, so he went to my pick. And
I'm back, bitch.
yeah, he's back from the dead.
How is it 60 if we haven't had a year yet?
What?
Or did we already have the year?
We had a year. We did a whole show on it and everything.
But you always do a year, like recap or whatever.
Not on this channel.
I don't know what's happening now. What?
Oh, looks so shocked.
Yeah, like we did a whole show celebrating went through moments and shit.
Yeah.
Man, you need them steroids.
Brain.
Yeah. Anyway, episode number 60. It was my pick, and I picked a movie that I hadn't watched before, but had very good reviews when we were looking for animated horror to watch, and this popped up. A movie called Perfect Blue from 1997, a horror, thriller, mystery, anime movie. And Maverick and Tyler, both frequent anime watchers. I never watch anime. So you may be asking yourself, well, Thomas, how can you like something that you never watch? Well, the answer is simple. I didn't. I didn't like the movie. And I'm going to give it a 3.
That's fair.
I think it had a lot of potential, but they kept focusing on something that I'll get into how I thought it could have been better if they just stopped dealing with all this. So Maverick, go ahead. What's your score?
I'm in the same boat as you. I liked it, but at the same time, no, I didn't like it, but at the same time, I liked it.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, before I get into it, I'll just give my score and then we'll, hop in.
All right.
But I'll give it a solid 4. I saw where they were going with it, and I was feeling it, but I didn't like the execution. So
okay.
4 is for me. Yeah.
Now, Tyler, I predicted after I watched the movie that you would really like this movie. So, what are you gonna rank this one?
What's the highest score I've ever gotten?
10.
11.
All right, we'll take the 0 off, and that's what I give this one.
Oh man.
It's a fucking 1. It was horrible.
How bad is it that you said that? And I was like, what is it? What is that? I was like, okay, a 1, yeah.
And I didn't go into it because it's not even a spoiler, but it's like that classic Robotech art or whatever, and
yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
Being an anime guy now, all the art is fucking amazing, and then you watch something like that, and half those people's eyes weren't even facing the same direction.
There was a lot of that. There's one shot. There's one shot where they don't even animate faces. It's just a blank.
Yeah. And it just ruined it for me. I think if you make that same movie live action, it does really well.
Well, that was originally the plan, but actors dropped out or fell through, so the guy was just like, let's animate it. But anyway, all right.
Spoiler.
So spoiler warning for Perfect Blue from 1997. If you haven't watched it, we're going to ruin everything about it, so you've been warned. Right off the bat, I got to say, though, I like the animation better in this than I did in Soul Station.
I like the art style.
So just comparing the animations between that we watched, I like this better than the animation in Soul Station. So
wonky-eyed and everything.
Yeah, wonky-eyed and everything. It was better than the choppy sort of stop motion look of Soul Station to me. Plus, you get scenes later on where there's some gore and shit, and Soul Station was missing a lot of that. We were really disappointed that there wasn't a lot of gore. Thinking back to it, I know there's some bloody parts in that, but nothing crazy. But anyway, I like the animation better than this one. But so my complaint is, like I said, I thought it had a lot of potential for the story. But then they just kept focusing on her career. Like, I felt like there was too much, like, entertainment stuff. There was too many scenes on movie sets and too many scenes, like, talking about how her career is going and stuff. And I know it's, like, important to how the story's going, but I feel like there was a better way they've done that. I bet you 45 minutes of this movie is just entertainment stuff alone. Like, her career stuff alone. Instead of, like, the stuff I wanted to see.
So this movie, for all y'all that know, it's about a pop star.
Yeah. A pop idol, if you will.
Pop idol, yeah.
She didn't even have a top 83 hit, so how could she be an idol, right?
No, they never hit the charts, and that's what she says.
Yeah.
When they were a trio.
When they were a duo, they hit, like, what, 38 or something?
Yeah, they, like, blew the fuck up or something.
The main character leaves her trio pop band or whatever.
Yeah.
And to do acting. She wants to be an actress because she feels like there's way too much pressure as a pop idol. She's real shy and timid. So she doesn't want to do it anymore. But then she goes and, like, does a rape scene as an actress, like, her first, and I'm like, what?
It wasn't her first. Yeah,
I know it wasn't her first, but it's like 2 weeks, and then she's like posing nude for a fucking photographer.
I think it was longer than that.
Through this whole movie,
you never get like a time frame.
Yeah, you don't get a time frame, but I bet you 2 years have passed through this movie.
You think so? Yeah. At the very end, probably.
Especially like once you get a shot of the two other pop chicks dancing, and like their hair, they look completely different. And it might just be stopped. But I was like, man, it's been like a year since they left.
I think they kind of look more like her towards the end.
Yeah. They're
all like supposed to be like not copying her, but like they all have like the same haircut and stuff.
But
it's a weird story about where like she's focusing on her acting career. She's having doubts about leaving the pop group. She keeps waking up in her room where she doesn't know if she was like a singer acting or if she's murdering people. Like, I feel like they try to do too much, right? Like, she's seeing shit, all kinds of stuff. Well, so it's like, I don't know how they explain that.
Yeah. She was losing her mind for a fat minute there, and I'm like, I liked that they were doing the, you don't know if it's a dream she's in or if she's,
or if she's actually killing people.
Or if she's killing. But it was just, they did it too much. Way too much.
Well, no, the movie cheated.
It totally cheated. Like, unless there was something in that lady's tea that she kept drinking, and maybe her friend was... Also, I thought that was her mom at the beginning, but then later on, I think it was just like her friend.
They were just, both of them, the guy like and the chick, sort of. They were,
like her agent.
They were her agents or her managers or whatever.
And so, unless she was somehow drugging her tea or something, how the fuck can this lady keep popping up as, and she's like, I'm Nima, or what, and then you have to wait till the very end of the movie to get a reflection of her in the mirror for this chick to realize, oh, this is my manager that's dressed up as me, which the manager easily has 50 pounds on her and looks completely different, and her eyes are looking two different ways, and it's like...
No, I think
weird shit.
They well, you get when you first see her, the I guess you would call her the pop star figure or whatever. I don't know, but you see her and she hops out the window of the apartment and she's just jumping from the top of street light to street light.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
that's an imagination, right?
That's what I'm saying. It was an imagination because there's no way. But then they cheat because they that lady then like becomes they did it weird.
Well, then when she's chasing her at the end and it shows her as like I do not believe at all that lady was moving as swiftly as they had her moving, and like she's jumping over walls and stuff.
You get a cut of her. Like
fucking hauling.
You do see her running,
Like
and it's fucking, and she's breathing heavy, and I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah,
like it goes from dainty like pop idol, like hopping, like skipping almost after the other lady, to a homegirl just hauling ass, like, and she's like breathing. You see all the fat rolls just fucking moving, and it's
Yeah,
hilarious.
do
It was
that.
fucking
Well,
hilarious.
they show her like fat legs just churning butter,
They
like
do.
just
Yeah.
rolling.
Yeah.
So like, but that's
You
what I
get a
hate about
shot
this
of her
movie.
fat cooter in the
Fuck. Just roast this lady.
when she's
I mean, she's just a drawing, but
when
anyway.
she lays over. Yeah, speaking of cooters, a lot of nudity in this movie. I wasn't
It
expecting
was
going
a surprising amount,
There's
and I
a sh-
didn't expect
There's
it.
a straight shot of just full. There's no lips, but it's just full frontal in that scene where
Well, no, you
where
get hair. Like it's just hairy. Like
well,
you don't really
well,
see
when
nothing.
she's stabbing that one dude, and it keeps popping up flashes. There's one where it's her standing there, and it's just like focused on that, and it's just all hair, but it's a full like. If the
Bush.
guy
You
wanted
see a
to, he
lot of
could
bush.
animate some. Yeah, this
It's
lady.
a weird, like, her whole job path. She had one line in a TV
Well,
show,
Yeah,
and then the next show, she agrees to get brutally raped the show.
Like
It's the same show,
hard,
but like a different episode. And then
That shit was
immediately after
insane.
that, she goes and does like not even like a tasteful nude, like a Hustler magazine.
yeah.
And it was like, what is wrong with this lady?
That's why I say like this must be over the course of like a year or something. Where it's this lady and like she's only getting like a line here or a line there, and her career isn't going the way. And then this one guy is like, well, I could give you a bigger role, but you gotta,
Do more,
get
yeah.
raped, and then she does
Well,
that.
no, because they get done filming, and then he was like, "Your next one is
Pretty.
it's a
pretty
good
hard
role,
to-
but it has a couple slutty scenes. But what can you do?"
Yeah,
And I'm like, "Okay, well, that's not. I mean, that rape scene was so like over the top, and I was like, oh god,
the rape
like
scene.
I didn't think it was so like strong."
So to us, that's kind of crazy, but I bet you that's kind of how it is for a lot of these female actresses.
Well, the rape scene
But
was.
this whole film was just about peer pressure, right? I feel like it was like a little.
No, there was a lady
little
murdering
nod
people.
to-
Maverick.
Yeah, but like
Okay.
I don't know, because they
The rape scene's weird because first off, it's animation. Second off, it's not a real it's not really getting raped. We're not back to fucking
It seemed like she was.
yeah, but and so they're just acting, right? But it's like
it's on a movie set.
yeah, it's going hard, and then they have like spots where they're just like, all right, cut and move the cameras, and they have to stay in the position, and the guy's like, I'm sorry about this, and like they keep the. And, like, even though it's not, like, this girl's not really getting raped, they're acting or whatever, watching it, I was like, it made me feel wrong.
Well, it was like 0 to 100 because it's just homegirl having one line in a movie, and then like 10 minutes later, it's her like fucking dancing, and she's taking her clothes off, and I'm like, okay, whatever, they're warming up, and then it's her on the ground, shirt ripped open, titties out,
Yeah.
and like just getting pumped by homeboy, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Where did this come from?
I took this as, like, it happens a lot, or it did, with, like, Disney stars. Where Disney stars, they would start singing, and then they would do some acting, and then all of a sudden, they would disappear for, like, 5 years, and then they come back 19, and they would do, like, an expo where they're, like, in underwear, and that's where they have to try to do that to try to rejuvenize their career. Did I say that right? I don't think I said that right. But anyway, and like you see it all the time with these ladies who like it's not working out or they don't think it is, and then the next thing you know, they're trying to like use sex as like the key because people pay for sex, man. You start showing some flesh, people are gonna show up. Like they'll show up and they'll talk shit about you while they're there. Like, goddamn. But then they'll be like, you fucking dirty whore, as they're like jerking off to you and shit. Like, but I'm telling the truth. That's how people are.
It sounds like this happened to you.
Right?
Yeah,
Tom's been in the biz.
I've been in the biz. I got
You
a
were a childhood star.
couple load shot on me. but yeah, honestly, I feel like if they wouldn't have done the hallucination stuff with the girl, if it was even hallucinations, because then at the end, you think it's the hallucination, but then it's really the girl. But then the rest of the time she sees her, it's still the hallucination. So
Yeah.
if they would have just kept it like a mystery of is this girl murdering people, and she's still going, and she's getting like the creepiest part about this was the at the very beginning where the guy is like, I like to watch in Nima's apartment, and then she goes and there's a website that lists literally everything she does up to when like which foot hits the floor first when she leaves the train. Like my left foot all goes first, you know.
That's when the movie got fucking good.
Yeah, and
I was like, okay.
okay, you know. And if they would have just left the reveal till like the end, and then you find out, oh, this lady's crazy, because they've sort of kind of planted seeds where the girl, when she's going and she's like, but you always wanted to be a pop idol, and she's really like for her being a pop star, and the whole time. Like when she's getting raped or whatever, you get the thing where she's in the back and she's crying and she leaves.
Her the manager lady.
Yeah, and you think that it's just because she cares about this lady, but now after the reveal, you go back and you're like, well, maybe this is just because she's looking at what she perceive, like everything she perceived this character to be of Nima the pop star is getting tore down, and now she's seeing this take place, you know.
Yeah, it was like the death of her.
Her pop idol. And so then in a weird way she had to become that and like bring it back. And then she thought but she was already doing that before then. But if they would have left the reveal till the end, I feel like it would have paid off a lot more than the hallucination and the jumping across the lampposts and shit.
I feel like at that point the lady had like a psychological break.
Yeah.
And she was like, there's no way the real Mimi would do this.
Mm-hmm.
So she can't be the real one. Wait a minute, I'm the real one or whatever. So plus
because she the manager lady disappears after that, and her excuse was, oh, I had a lot of work to do.
Yeah.
She disappears like half the film.
Yeah.
Well, she's out killing everybody, right?
She is out killing everybody. Which well, I think she splits the roles. I think that Weird Eye dude killed some people too. I kept waiting for them to show the other side of his face, but they never did. He just had the one. It almost looked like his eye was turned sideways.
He was busted.
Yeah, he was meant to be like a disfigured guy, right? He wasn't meant to be like everyone else in the film.
The creepy social outcast.
Yeah.
And they made him look like it, right?
Well, yeah, and the whole movie, like, he was the red herring of the movie. Where the whole movie, it's so obvious, that this is the guy stalking her. And I remember being like, well, it's going to be someone else. And I will say that after you see him, like, typing on the computer, and I thought he was writing out that page about everything she does, I was like, maybe it just is him, and maybe they're just showing you who it is, you know? So I didn't see the twist at the end coming, because they made me at a certain point think maybe it was that guy. But
yeah, well, the whole movie it was telling you it was him.
Yeah,
you see him on his computer because Nima have like a fan account, right? It's like her diary that everyone can read, but it's not actually her writing it; someone else's.
Yeah.
But it's so detailed that it's like someone stalking her is writing it, and you figure that out, or she figures that out because someone like faxes her, like of the website or whatever.
Yeah.
So she's reading about herself, like someone else is writing about her as her. So she knows someone's stalking her. She has no idea who it is. And it keeps flashing to creepy stalker guy on his computer, in his like fucking cave, wherever the fuck he is.
Yeah, just
where they
posters of her hanging around.
Yeah, just posters, pictures of her everywhere. And it's him. He's talking in her voice as he's typing on the computer. But you never see the screen. You don't see what he's typing.
Yeah.
But you see like the background of like the
it's in
stalker.
Japanese.
Yeah, it is Japanese. But yeah, so you just see him typing. He's speaking in Nima's voice.
Yeah.
So you just automatically assume, and it's what they wanted you to assume, is he's running the fan page. Which would make total sense. But then you get the big reveal that because when he attacks her at the sort of at the end. He says, even though I think that was a fucking dream,
I don't
he
think
says
it was though.
he says
It had to
that
be.
she emails him, and I'm like, well, is she like, does he run the account or does crazy lady manager lady run it and then email him?
Well, that's
Then
the
he's
thing,
just sitting there reading it. Like, I don't know.
because he tells her, he's like, "You're fake, Mimi or whatever, or Nima."
Nima, yeah.
And
I've been talking to the real.
the real Nima emails
and
me every night or whatever. So I assumed it was that lady was telling him what to write.
And then you get the weird like flashback to him in his cave, and he's like, the fake Nima is standing next to him,
Yeah,
and talking, and she's like, "You're the only one I can trust." Blah 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 blah. And so I think she was telling him to go kill the real Nima.
yeah.
But I don't know if that was real. Like,
Well, because
I have no clue.
I was on the same boat as you, where when she started fighting him, I was like, the whole movie went into such a dream, like space near the end, where she just kept waking up and shit would happen, and then she'd wake up again in the same position. It just seemed like it came out of nowhere when that guy started attacking her, and I was like, well,
yeah,
this
because
is
they wrap up the first movie she
Uh-huh.
was in, and she's the last one on set. She goes back to change. Then creepy stalker boy attacks her,
yeah.
rips her shirt open. He has a knife. He's trying to kill her. Stab,
Trying to
stab,
rape
whatever.
her again. Well, not
Yeah.
again, but
Eventually, yeah, he gets her on the ground and tries to do the do.
Do
But
the-
he does. He goes all out, man. He ties her legs and all kinds of
Should've
shit.
yeah,
tied her hands.
she eventually hits his ass with a hammer, and then he just falls
yeah,
over.
and like and so yeah, and it was so out that I was like, well, this is a dream, because you do get
And then she wakes up again. She wakes up back in
yeah,
bed
and
after
she
that.
woke up after that. But then at the end of the movie, you see him laying dead next to
The management
man.
the
guy.
man. Yeah, and so I was like, well, was it real? So then
Yeah,
I was
I
like,
have
is
no
that guy
fucking
dead?
idea.
So who
It's
did?
weird because
Yeah,
the guy you see when he's next to the dead manager, the dude doesn't have any eyes. Like his
Yeah,
eyes,
his
have been
eyes were.
gouged out.
But the producer for the first movie Nemo was in had the same thing when he died in the elevator. His eyes were like plucked out.
was that I thought it was the guy who wrote the script of her being
yeah,
raped.
he was the.
Well,
writer.
yeah,
He was
the writer for it.
and I was like,
And then the other dude died too. Was he the producer? The other dude, whatever, the best friend or whatever.
He was a photographer.
the photographer
Was that
is the
the
one
photographer?
the photographer is the one that got stabbed when she was delivering the pizza.
The pizza,
That
yeah,
was
the pizza.
best of worst of. That was my favorite scene.
That was a great, that was the best part.
It was so visceral, right? And
Yeah.
it was just a guy with a screwdriver, an ice pick. I don't know what you.
I think that was the manager lady. I think she killed him. I think
Yeah.
the guy killed the script writer, and then the manager guy. It's a toss up. I don't know who killed. It was probably the girl because she was around him more. But
The reason
No.
I think it was the guy is because I think the photographer would have known the lady.
well, I swear she got boobies when she's at the door. You can see her boobies.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a chick.
The person drawn when he opens the door is the main character of the movie.
Yeah.
But he says you make a strange whatever pizza boy.
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
pizza
he's
guy.
like, you're the weirdest pizza guy I've ever seen.
No.
And
So
then he
like,
stabbed
but that's the problem
But
with this movie is that anytime it wants you to question something, it just draws whoever they want.
It
Yeah.
kept throwing a wrench in itself. It was just like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, this is happening. This is a dream. She wakes up in the bed. But was it a dream? And then it's like, keeps going. And then, oh shit, that's some crazy stuff. She wakes back up in the bed. And she's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is going on? And I'm like, bitch, I don't know either. Like,
Yeah,
My
'cause-
question
Okay.
is like, how did she get the bloody pizza clothes?
yeah. That's what I
They
was
just
like,
put 'em in the
maybe
room.
Homeboy stashed them. That's what I was thinking. Homeboy stashed them in the room.
Well, he wouldn't have a key or anything.
But
Maybe
she
the other
did.
lady would.
Yeah, 'cause
you
she-
know?
Oh, that's
She
true.
wakes her up at points. She comes in and she's like, Nemo, what are you doing?
Yeah, okay. Then I believe she killed the homeboy.
That stabbing though came out like he leans down to like get his wallet or something and just a
Right in the
screwdriver
face.
in the eye and he was like ah.
No, I think it was the ice pick. I'm pretty sure it
Okay,
was the ice pick.
I thought it was a
Oh,
screwdriver.
both pointy.
Either way, yeah, you got stabbed a lot. He got stabbed
Yeah,
a
she
lot.
stabbed the fuck out of him. Well, it's not the longest thing, so you'd have to stab
And then
someone
it
along with it.
started doing like a whoa, whoa, like the whole time he was getting stabbed. Wasn't there some like creepy ambiance? I can't say that.
Ambiance.
Yeah, there you go.
Ambiance.
I like your version better.
Ambiance.
Your umpa.
Yeah. But also that dude killed. I'm assuming he killed the like hooligan from the show that was like throwing shit or
Yeah.
whatever.
Was that? It was all in Japanese, so I didn't know what it like. So
Mike gave me a subtitle for it, and
Did
it
it?
said whatever his name was killed by a hit and run.
Yeah.
And the
oh, hit
block
and
of
run. They
blah,
just
blah.
mopped his ass.
Yeah.
But yeah, see, so Stalker Boy tapes a picture of like a ripped newspaper on the elevator when Nima gets in, and she sees it and she recognizes him from the being a hoodlum at one of her concerts, interrupting it. And it's
But,
like, oh,
yeah.
he's dead, I guess.
By the way, that concert, like, they played one song. It was a banger, by the way. And then,
Not bad.
and then they're like, all right, we only got one more song. I was like, what? This is a concert? And then, usually a concert, there's some bands that have, like, their ballad, and that's what ends the concert. For the most part, you play, like, you're super energetic, and you send the crowd home, like, on a fucking high note. But then this concert, they're like, I'm leaving the band forever. Goodbye. Hallelujah. Like, started singing some, like, slow shit, and the other girls just had to stay. And I was like, man, this concert really is ending on a bummer. But,
I don't think they were that big at that point because she said they've been doing it for 2.5 years,
yeah.
but they never hit the charts.
But
so
Apparently
I
they
doubt it
were.
was just their concert. I think it was like they a lineup.
But apparently they were big enough for it to be a big deal that they were there. Because, I mean, they had scenes where people were like, really? They're going to play here? Or that just could be their careers going down the tube and they had to drop down to a smaller venue.
Fucking fanboys is all.
Yeah.
I wonder why they wrote that when she left the band, the bandmates, they were getting hits and shit. Were they trying to hint at like she was holding them down or something? Like I still don't understand that.
No, it was just to give the allure that she might want back in. Like,
yeah, or she
like
made
you
the wrong
believe she was-
choice.
yeah. That she was leading this double life and everything else.
Yeah.
It's this movie has a lot of like little kernels of weirdness to it, but like they didn't do their homework enough. They just kind of threw shit in there and was like, here we go. We'll just make her look like her so then everyone will be confused.
Yeah.
And then you see her later and you're like, that looks nothing like her.
Uh-huh.
Like
When her alter self, that's what I'm gonna call it. Her little ghost friend. She was like, you deep down you want to be a pop star. But now you can't because you're a slut and you're tainted. And I'm like, oh fuck.
filthy.
She had the photo shoot where she's like naked and shit. And she had that rape scene that when she was an actress. Like, I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But I don't know. This movie was alright.
Yeah. There was one shot where there's a line earlier where Nima has these pet fish. She's like, sorry, I forgot to feed you. I've been busy. There's one shot where I thought it was going to be a return joke where they weren't moving. And I was like, oh, they're dead because she hasn't been feeding them this whole time, But then it was just the animators didn't animate. Because then the next shot, she's looking at the tank and they're like swimming. And I was like, oh, I thought it would have been a nice little touch if they were just dead in there.
Oh, the best touch of this movie is that Psycho Lady had her house exactly like Homegirl's house.
That's my favorite.
That caught me off guard. I was like, what?
Uh-huh.
But I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if it's because I'm colorblind or whatever, but I didn't know that was the same exact house. I was like, oh look, they got a fish tank too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know there wasn't a train outside her house or whatever. Who the fuck remember that?
I don't know.
Sorry guys, if you remembered. But
there was that great part where we go back to 1997 where this lady has to explain to the other lady how to use a computer. And she's like, all right, you go here, you type in your URL. And then the lady's like, HTTP.
That just revealed. So it was the manager lady running the website because she knew how to use the computer. Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
Revealed. That was like...
No, because it was a toss-up between her and Homeboy.
Uh-huh.
No, because she was sending Homeboy emails as her. She kept sending dude
That doesn't-
emails
yeah.
pretending to be
Well,
Mimi.
that doesn't mean she ran the fan website though, because she
Well,
could have just been imposter.
He emailed her there. Like, that's how it happened.
I don't think so. I don't know. Who knows? They
She
didn't
was put at
explain.
the site, and then she was like throwing out the thing. Anyway,
Anyways, but yeah, it was
glad
cool
you
when
realized
the
that.
it was cool when the envelope blew up in the manager's hand. I was like, oh shit, this movie's going a crazy route. And it was like, this was just a warning. The next one will be real. But then there never was a next bomb. So,
Yeah, that was weird.
They
'Cause
never
you just get
explained
popped.
how they knew how to do that or anything.
yeah, like, and then it was like, was it the manager lady? I would assume it would be, well, who handed her the first one? Or do you not see? Does she just reach for it in the crowd and pull it
She
out?
just gets it from somebody, and that's the one that tells her
It's
the website.
yeah,
right?
it's when she's going into the limo and someone's like Mima, and like hands her the thing, and she takes it and she's like thank you very much, and then you see she has like 7 others and she's like throws them. But I don't know. Hey, this movie had a budget of 90 million yen. That
Much is that?
translates to 830,000 US dollars. Made a box office in the US and UK of $768,000. So,
Oh, lost, buddy.
yeah.
It's so weird. Animated movies cost so much for people to
Cost
animate.
a lot.
Like, but then you have to pay the actors too. I don't understand why animated movies don't just go with no-name actors, right? Like, just get some, like, guild, actors guild guys and pay them like
Well,
I forgot what they call it, but it's like the bare minimum.
yeah.
Or
Well, I
whatever.
can't tell you if any of these people were famous when they made this.
When was this? 77, 87?
97?
97.
97.
77.
That's-
Goddamn.
I couldn't. But I mean, it wasn't bad, and I could. When you said box office, like I wouldn't go see this in the movie. There's no way. Like movie theater.
Well,
Yeah.
let's examine it for a second.
But
How many?
yeah, it was 97. So I mean, where else could you see it, right?
Well, how many animes are coming out in theaters back in '97?
Yeah, right. That's what I'm thinking.
Like
I'm
none.
Yeah.
This had to be like kind of like.
Well, like I said, this
Right.
They
shit.
put this bitch on VHS.
Well, yeah. This shit is like critically acclaimed. I mean, it's got an 8 out of 10 on IMDb, 80% on Rotten Tomatoes, 8.5 out of 10 on myanimelist.net. I guess that's the,
I have to,
like,
like-
I've heard good things about this movie. That's why I picked it, was because it was like a highly regarded movie.
I have to go see what they actually said about this movie. Because I have a feeling it's just going to be buzzwords, right? Ooh, thrilling, action paced,
Yeah.
the edge of your seat. And it's like, what part had you at the edge of your seat? What part is action packed? Like, you had that decent chase scene at the end, but like, it just seems super unrealistic because that lady could have stabbed her 19 times, and
Uh-huh.
she's
True.
just,
Yeah, I'm not a fan of those run away from the killer but trip on everything in your way sort of scenes. I'm not a fan of them because I think like Friday the 13th has a couple where it's just the lady screams, runs, falls.
oh, dude.
I mean, that's every Friday the 13th.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of those. I've just like after watching all the Friday the 13th and like even some Nightmare on Elm Streets, and I'm just like, those types of scenes are just not it.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
Literally
in
was
that
a
case,
slasher
next
platform.
week we're starting our 12 movie watch through of Friday the 13th.
yeah, we didn't do a Friday the 13th.
I told Tyler when it's in the spoke break for what did we watch? Suicide Squad. I told him that after he picked Cabin in the Woods, I realized that the episode was coming out on Friday the 13th, and I was like, "Fuck, we should have watched." But it's always another time. We'll get around to them. I don't know. There's a lot of them. Me and Tyler still got fucking 3 more movies in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre to do.
Yeah, but these are all like the weird current day ones, so not weird, but you know what I mean.
I
They're
mean,
all,
yeah,
like-
the last one we watched doesn't even have Leatherface. It's fucking kids, and it's like a drama. But well, I mean, it has Leatherface, but But anyway, so let's do best of, worst of for Perfect Blue,
All right.
which I mean, me and Tyler are sharing the best of is the pizza stabbing scene. It's a good scene. I liked it. Well done. Worst of, like I said, it could be a toss up for me. It could be the fact that they focus so heavily on like her career, or just not even her career. That's fine if you have like bits in there where it's talking about how her career's going. But we spent so long like on sets and on and it just that or the fucking hallucination lady. That then at the end it's her. So it's like, well, how did she not see her until now? Was it because she was wearing this dumb wig and she knocked it off and now she can see somehow that it's a lady? But anyway, so there you go. Maverick, best of, worst of.
Best of. I liked she wakes up in homegirl's room and it's just like hers. Even down to like the fish.
Yeah.
But then you get like a thing where Nima's fish died. Like all of them, I think all of them except for like 2
No, I think they
died.
all died. They're all dead.
So she looks at the fish tank and she's like, wait, all my fish die. All these fish are alive. Like, what the fuck's going on? And then she looks out the window and there's a train. Totally not her room. And so she's flipping out. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck? And it took me a minute to catch it. And then crazy manager lady is dressed up like her in her pop idol outfit.
Yeah.
And then that's the big reveal of like, that was her. Like she's trying to impersonate her or whatever. It's been her all along. But yeah, that was my best of. Worst of were maybe not all of them. But when it got old was the something crazy happened, wake up in bed.
Yeah.
Like that was their whole like excuse for like.
I thought it was supposed to be like a Groundhog Day thing to where like
but it wasn't.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Because if she would just keep doing the same shit, then you're like, okay.
Yeah, you can never, like, then you judge the whole film by that, and you're like, well, what was real, what wasn't?
To be honest, I'm judging this film regardless of what they do and don't do.
But yeah, that's worst stuff for me.
Tyler?
I mean, you already know my favorite.
I do.
Probably the worst of is like they reveal that homegirl, her manager's like the copycat or whatever. So then the lady goes climbing out on the balcony and she falls. And it looked pretty brutal, and I was like, Jesus.
Yeah.
But then immediately after that, they just told you that the manager is the copycat.
Yeah.
And then she slowly flutters down.
Yeah.
Off of like a 3rd-story balcony.
Yeah.
To the ground to chase this lady. Yeah. And she should have felt like just fell like the biggest turd out of a window and broken everything in her body.
Yeah.
But somehow she just
it flops back and forth from imaginary friend to then at the very end it's homegirl pretending to be her, but then it puts like imaginary friend over top of homegirl's the crazy manager lady like over her body, and it just looks like imaginary friend Nima, and I'm like super confused. And then imaginary friend lady's like jumping street light to street light and like jumping across buildings and shit, and then like skipping faster than Nima could run. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
Yeah. It wasn't. Also, I fucking hated the ending. Like, after because she knocks her wig off again, and the girl goes to get it, and she just lays down on a piece of glass that goes into her chest, and you're like, oh, she's dead. But then she goes and she stands in the middle of the highway, and then a truck's coming, and you're like, how the fuck is this truck gonna hit her? I mean, there's no other car on the highway. And it's coming right at her.
Terrible truck driver.
She's like, or whatever. And she's like, just waiting for it to come.
Well, no, because it looks like, which I kind of like.
She said,
it looks like, I don't even think she thinks it's a truck. I think she thinks it's lights, like she's on stage.
Yeah.
And that's what I was thinking, because that's what it kind of looked like. Cause she thought she was on stage, so she was posing.
Yeah.
And then the truck was going to smack her ass, but then Nima saves her.
Yeah, that was the thing. Is I was excited because they had there had been some decent gore, so I was waiting for
just get splat.
But then Mima saves her, and then it just cuts to her in a psych ward, and you see like the manager lady look at herself in the window, and she sees me, and she's still like crazy as fuck. She always will be crazy as fuck. And the lady's like,
Apparently.
she made me what I am today. And
Yeah.
and so she said, and I was like, I didn't like. I was like, also it was like, what are you today? Like your career is going down the tubes. All your managers are dead or crazy. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't like the very last scene where I mean I kind of like when she visited homegirl in the psych ward, but then she's leaving and she's like, I'm the real Nima, shades down, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then roll credits and I'm like, what the
Hell
fuck?
yeah.
I was like, no way. Could have just left it to homegirl getting smacked by a truck and I would have been happy.
Yeah. But I don't know.
And apparently she makes it big at the end. She's like a known
Does she?
actress.
I don't
The
think
nurse is like, oh, that looks like blah blah. Oh, that
Oh,
can't
yeah,
be
you're
her.
right.
Why would
Yeah.
she be here?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
So apparently, it's just telling all the young ladies out there who want to be an actress, do the porn, do the nude scenes, kill a couple people, and then you can make it.
They do a part 2. It's she actually killed them all. She
Yeah, it's
slipped
the
the manager
ultimate-
lady meds.
That would have been the
To make her
ultimate
crazy.
twist if at the end she's like, haha, fools. I did it all, you know? And blamed it on her manager somehow. And if you're asking yourself, well, how would that make sense? Well, they don't care how things make sense in this movie. So just
They didn't give
they
a
could
fuck.
they could just do it at the end, and I'd be like, okay. But
Like, was
They're
there a
on that
police officer
heroin.
in this movie at all?
a police officer? No, I don't think you ever see one.
None.
Like,
You got
you
see, like,
security guards.
7 people dying,
Yeah.
all kinds of shit, exploding newspaper, letters, blah
Uh-huh.
blah.
No police though.
Well, the guy literally tells them, "Don't get the police involved," right?
Yeah.
Yeah, when his hands explode.
Yeah, but when you find dead people, well, you had all the news. Maybe there was police there, but I don't
Yeah.
know. I think it's just a different culture. But yeah,
Maybe.
who knows?
I don't know. Not me, Tyler. Not me.
Would you say Nani?
Nani. Oh yeah, 23 minutes in, you get your first Nani.
I saw it. Yeah.
Yep. So
I watched this in dubbed. The dubbed
Oh.
wasn't half bad. I'm not a fan of dubbed at all.
I
I'd rather
hate
watch
it.
in sub. But I didn't realize my version was dubbed until I put it on, and I was
Yeah.
like, well, it's kind of too late to change.
Where did y'all watch this?
I watched it on Prime. So
It was
did
on
Maverick.
Prime?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
It wasn't
was-
on Prime. It was $3 on Prime.
Well, it's on Prime.
Yeah, because I went to Crunchyroll.
Oh yeah.
Was it on Crunchyroll?
No, and then it showed me some other. They like linked it to some other site or whatever, Go Anime or something.
Go.
And I
anime.
actually watched it on an anime channel, and that was really strange for me,
Yeah.
to the point to where I was like, "Is this the real movie?"
Yeah.
And I was worried that I wasn't watching the right thing, because that's happened once in our podcast past.
Did it?
Didn't Maverick watch the new version and we all watched the old version? No, it was you.
Well, that was y'all got the director's cut,
Yeah,
and
you
I got
watched
the regular one. But yeah, which one was it?
Fun and Games.
No,
No.
it was way later. I want to say it was a Halloween, but I don't think that's right.
No, because I think someone gets raped in it, and it didn't show it in your version, and it showed it in ours. It was that Tunnel in Paris one, maybe, where it shows the guy in the car burning.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. I remember the only reason I think it's the only reason I thought it might have been Halloween is because I remember the Rob Zombie Halloweens. I watched the director's cut and was afraid that y'all wouldn't, even though the director's cut is the only one that he like puts out. He doesn't put out the theatrical one, but I was worried somehow y'all would end up seeing it. But yeah, I don't remember. I remembered that was a thing, and I was like, what the fuck? And I was like pissed that y'all had seen like extra stuff or whatever. But
You're like,
I remember, yeah, because I started talking about it. Oh, I got it. It was the Wicker Man. It was because I started talking about took
because
out
the guy
songs.
started singing.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Gentle Johnny, and I was like, yeah, and they took out a scene at the very beginning where they're in the police station, and both of you were like, we saw that Gentle Johnny. I
Yeah.
remember that song, and I was like, what? No. And then I bought the Blu-ray and I watched it all the way through with the director's cut. So
And you realized why we didn't really care that much.
that
about
Gentle Johnny song was bumping. Gentle, gentle Johnny. That's not how it went, but I was over here brushing his dog. Anyway, all right,
Dog is hairy as shit.
that's about it for this one. Unless y'all got something else you can think of that we missed.
I can't. I'm thinking.
Yeah. I think we covered basically everything.
A good bit.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, so Tyler, it's your pick next week. Where are we watching?
It's gonna be a Shudder exclusive that I saw a bunch of people talking about on Twitter.
Was it really Shudder? Because then you looked it up and it was on Netflix.
No, that was a different. That's a story of real life stories of people being haunted.
Oh.
But this is just called Haunt.
Yeah.
I linked it in the channel.
I saw it has like a clown on the cover or something.
No, it's like a fake devil or something.
No. But what happened to the real devil?
So, and the synopsis of this movie is these people go.
Okay. Go ahead.
Have you seen this?
I know the premise of it. Yeah, go ahead.
And they're just driving, and I guess it's Halloween or something, or close to, and they find like a sign that says haunted house or whatever. And like the what would you call that? It's not an amusement park. What would you?
Just a haunted
It
house.
was a haunted house.
Yeah, but like okay, we watch scary movies, guys. So you say haunted house, you think demon house, not like the one that is made to scare people for funsies.
That's
for
what
$9.
That's what it's called. You're like, I went to a haunted house the other day. That was the only word for it.
But we watch movies that literally have haunted houses. But this is like it's supposed to be a fake haunted house for like an amusement park, but it ends up being more. I don't know. Like we can't use haunted house twice. I don't know. I know what I'm trying to say, but the people listening to me are dumb.
Yeah. All right.
Baby.
Well,
but it looks good. It's kind of Saw-esque, I think.
You think so?
Well, Eli Roth, was his name Eli Roth? Or was it
Eli Roth.
He made the Saws, right?
No, not at all.
Or he make what did he make those soup? The
Hostel.
Wasn't it Purge? Hostile, yeah. So in Hostile is real gory.
Eli Roth, also known as the Bear Jew in Inglourious Bastards. So, shout out. Donnie Donowitz, I think is his name.
Yeah, I've always just called him Big E, so also known as Big E.
Yeah, from Big E Langston in WWE. Anyway.
I always make a joke that he's not that notorious, but, you know.
Oh, dude, that's the fucker from they have superpowers. I forget what the fuck it's called. It's been years.
Marvel.
Wait, no, that's not him. But he's in that.
What is that? I don't know. You just keep saying he's in that.
Super
with with Homeboy and Elliot Page.
I Google imaged his name.
Or is it just Super?
Someone put Adam Sandler's face on his body from Inglourious Bastards, and they also put the other dude that I'm thinking of, his face on top of him, and that's what got me confused.
What you were talking about.
Yeah.
Like, we're just waiting for you to elaborate. You're like, they did a Photoshop of Adam Sandler. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, what movie's that? Uncut Gems.
Come on, Tony. Come on. We're just waiting for Maverick to Google this Eli Roth.
You know the
Give me a second.
Sharknado or whatever?
Okay.
They apparently have one of those, but in space.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me. They made like 7 of
them. The main line of the movie is, "It's one jawsome adventure."
Oh, God.
And I was like, what am I? And it has, who's that dude? Hasselhoff. It has David Hasselhoff in it.
Yeah.
And I went,
Yeah, he's in a couple, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. Well,
we're giving up on Maverick.
Yeah, Maverick's Googling, so he's got himself muted. But maybe he'll find it before I get to the end of the outro.
Who's he talking to?
I don't know. Probably someone that lives there. He's just talking
No,
to
because he's
like
not looking at him.
Fast food place. Well, that's because he's
Yeah.
concentrating on his
It's
objective.
like, of course I want cheese.
Yeah. Anyway,
What kind of asshole doesn't want cheese?
yeah. Thanks for listening to Perfect Blue. Next week, Haunt. There you go. Earlier this week, Smoke Break episode 2 came out where we discuss the Suicide Squad. So go listen. Make sure you add the.
Probably one of the best superhero movies that's come out.
So go check that out if you haven't already. Like I said, me and Tyler, I promise we're gonna jump back into Texas Chainsaw soon because we can wrap that shit up. Both Tyler and Maverick started new jobs, new adventures. Boys, are you excited? I don't know. I don't know how. What?
I've actually gotten my job.
You have gotten your job. Maverick's basically almost there, but I don't know. We might have
Heroes. That's what it's called.
What?
The TV show.
Okay, Heroes, the TV show. We might have to.
Are you talking about the guy who's in the new Star Trek? The gay guy? That's not him.
I know. But someone photoshopped his face on the other guy, though, because they say it looks the same.
The guy who plays Spock in the new Star Trek.
Yeah.
Is who he's talking about.
It's Zachary Quinto. I don't know if I'm saying that last name right. But, and Adam Sandler, they photoshopped their face on that guy. And I was like, oh, that's him. It's not him.
Well, I'm glad we
Right.
glad we figured it out.
Took me a minute.
But anyway, yeah, boys going on.
Yeah, so I don't know. Schedules might change, but I'm guessing the release will be the same.
I'll be off on weekends.
He's off weekend. Tyler originally said he was going to be off
supposed
Saturday.
to be off weekends. Yeah.
No, I can't have weekends off. Those are the only 2 days I can't have is Saturday, Sunday. So I could literally take Wednesday, Thursday, and then yeah. So now it's all
we'll talk. We'll
coincides with your days off, right?
Yeah, but then Maverick will be fucking somewhere. Be in Savannah probably. Oh,
he comes home every night.
Bleep that.
I don't know what my schedule is gonna look like. I just know I'll have Saturday, Sunday.
Oh yeah, that's true. He could just come home every night. I didn't ever think about it. But anyway. Or if he just got a house out there, he'd be home every night. And it'd be we'll see. Things are changing a little bit, but we'll still try to keep up with the releases. The post.
Start doing 2 more a week.
Whoa.
2 more.
Calm down.
That's a lot of editing for the old Tommy boy.
Oh, I mean, I edit all of these, so it's no problem.
Fucking punch you. Anyway, all right. Next week, Haunt. Maybe Texas Chainsaw if we get around to that. And Maverick. Got any final words, my friend?
Giving you another shot, Shutter. Don't let me
down.
Yeah,
Shutter, you better not fuck up this time.
Yeah. I'm so I don't know how I feel about Shutter, so.
What?
Tommy used to be subscribed to it, I think.
I still am.
Me too. That's how I'm going to watch it.
What was the last Shutter movie you watched? Was it Stay Out of the Attic?
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, see, I get Shutter movies confused with IFC.
Yeah, because the last IFC movie we watched was fucking Jezebel, I think. Or maybe it was Babadook.
One of the two.
Yeah, it was one. They're both sort of blend in together, don't they? They're nothing alike, but somehow they seem similar.
Can I ask y'all a question real fast?
Okay.
So I'm trying to decide between McDonald's or Chinese food. Is it bad that I want McDonald's just so I don't have to get out of the car?
No, that's a perfectly reasonable.
Right? Like, I'm going to put on shorts and a t-shirt, and I'm just never going to get out of the car.
Yeah. Don't even put on the shorts. I saw, by the way, before this, I saw a shirtless dude in a pickup truck, a beat-down pickup truck across from me at the red light. Windows down, was blasting some music. I don't know what it was because I was listening to my own music. And was doing this shit in his chair. He was just doing this. And then he picked up a brown paper bag and just started drinking and took off. I was like, all right, dude. So shout out to that dude. If you're listening, fuck yeah.
You get on your little camera or whatever?
Yeah, I might. I'll have to check.
You know, I'm really disappointed in you and your dash cam. We have yet to see any good footage.
Cool. I had that one little road rage thing, but nothing really came out of it.
Yeah, road rage things would be amazing though.
Well, yeah, but they didn't. Nothing really. I don't know.
Anyways,
all right. Next week, Haunt. Thanks for listening. Like, share, subscribe, all that bullshit.
did Mav ever say if you had anything to add? I might have interrupted.
No, I'm gonna be skeptical about this Shutter movie, but we'll see how it goes.
We will.
I mean, I can tell you now it's not real. So, you don't have to be skeptical. It's not a true story.
This is a bad joke.
You're fucking. It's terrible.
Anyway.
I just don't
Hey,
understand.
terrible. Just like the Suicide Squad.